a deep breath. You fine? No, you're good.
So my name is Morgan Walker. I'm a senior at DeKalb County High School, and I'm a 4-year football cheerleader and softball player. I was voted Miss DCHS by the faculty and student body. I'm here to request a change to the DeKalb County prom policy. We, the majority of the student body, would like to see the policy changed to allow students from other schools that are in good standing, meaning they have good grades, attendance, and no behavior issues, to attend our prom. We would also like to ask that recent graduates of DeKalb County High School up to the age of 20 be allowed to attend. This request is similar to the policies of many that we have contacted. I have provided policies and applications from several of these counties for your reference, and that's what you have in front of you. Most of these policies from other counties state they allow ages 15 to 20 to attend prom. Every policy varies slightly though. Warren County's policy states that the Warren County student will be held responsible for their date's behavior. Some schools require photo ID to be attached to the application and to be shown at the door the night of prom. Other schools' policies also state that they have the right to deny any applicant's admission to prom. For the students that are currently enrolled in high school, most students require a signed application from their principal stating that they have no disciplinary issues. For the guests that have already graduated, some schools require them to get a form signed by their employer, college professor, or commanding officer. With the help of a DCHS teacher, we have contacted or received paperwork from 31 counties in the Middle Tennessee area. 28 of the 31 counties allow students from other schools to attend their prom. 26 of the 31 allow students up to the age of 20 to attend prom. This number is depicted by the yellow highlighted counties shown on this poster. As we have reached out to these counties, we see that they have solved the issue of liability. If this many counties can make this work without an issue, my hope DeKalb County can as well. We do not expect this to add an overwhelming burden or liability to the staff of DCHS if the correct policies are implemented. A majority of teachers and staff members approve of this change. Our student body, teachers, and administration are here in support today. And that piece of paper that I gave to be shared, those are the teachers that are in support. As DeKalb County students are asking you to do for us what over 90% of the counties are doing for their students. At the end of the day, we hope to see this change. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We can't vote on that.
No, I know, I'm just saying.
Are there any others that want to speak?
So January 26th, we had our Sadie Hawkins dance. I was a big help in planning all that. And I will just like to say that with planning that and getting the word out at first that we were allowed to bring outside students, per Mr. Curtis, I saw something change in our student body. I saw more involvement. I saw more people who didn't involve themselves in things like that, dances and extracurricular activities like that. I saw those students light up and want to do that. So I think if we was to tweak or change the prom policy, I think that would help get more involvement from our students and our student body at DCHS.
Thank you. Anyone else? Just they.
Has the administration got a recommendation for us?
Mr. Curtis, what do you say, what's your word on this since administration? Because we could vote to implement a change, but however, I think really it needs to be where the administration stands on the change, because it indirectly affects us, it directly affects y'all.
Right, and, you know, the biggest issue I have with any of it, okay, is, number one, these kids sitting here bringing their boyfriends and girlfriends, okay, I know them, there's not a problem with that. I have to look at the entire picture, all 800 and something students, and who they may bring into a school. That's my reservation with kids, especially that are outside of school, okay, is I have no way of really checking up and seeing are they upstanding students or people or not. You know, because a place of business may send a recommendation for that, but a place of business is much different than a school system. You know, so I have reservation with that part of it. I mean, whatever y'all vote, I'm behind and I'll do, you know, that's fine. You know, and I told the kids, you know, the only one that I see that I could really get behind and feel comfortable with would be if kids were allowed from other schools to come. At least then I can contact a principal of the other school and check on that student and make sure they're in good standings. You know, like I said, these kids, I don't worry about that. I mean, yeah, if all 830 of my kids were like these kids, it wouldn't be a problem at all. But you have to look at the big picture, and you also have to look not just these kids, but about the future kids coming through. What are you gonna have to deal with? That's my only reservation with it all, is that. You know, I do wanna commend the kids. They did it the right way. You know, they come to me, I told them, you know, it was your guys' decision, how do you know, and they talked to me, they have researched, they have taken, you know, they have talked to people, they have done things, so they have really done a good job with it. And, you know, it's up to you guys, but that's my biggest reservation is that.
So I guess my other question is, what exactly are we looking at to change? I mean, what are the options? I mean,
Right now,
what do we?
Right now, it's juniors and seniors.
Right.
And they can invite a freshman or sophomore.
Right.
In the school. Okay, I think what they are wanting to do is wanting to be able to invite students from other schools and students that graduate from DeKalb County High School that are up to 20 years of age. You know, my biggest reservation with that is, okay, one of the 20-year-old shows up with a 15-year-old girlfriend that's a junior. What is that gonna look like on their part? You know, and how many daddies are gonna want their 17, 16, 17-year-old daughter in the same place with a 20-year-old? I mean, you know, that's things we have to think about.
So
we can separate that out. I think it's really, sorry, I'm stand up. I think you can look at it two different ways. Just letting them invite students from other schools, you know, that could be a policy in and of itself. You could take away the outside students up to age 20. I know personally, last year, the past several years, I've signed meeting slips for our students to be able to go to other school proms. Upperman, Livingston, Warren, I know all of them allow our students to come. They get that form filled out by myself or Mr. Curtis or Mr. Hagel, and then their administration calls us to check up on them to make sure that they're in good standing. So I personally don't have an issue with us having students from other high schools, as long as we can check up on them.
Right.
It's-
That's my biggest thing.
It's
I
an
want to be able to
application
check-
process, is it not?
Yes, and I want to be able to check up on it because I don't want somebody I don't know or am comfortable with coming into the school with my kids. Because, you know, they're all like my babies, so, you know, I'm real protective with that. And, you know, that's my biggest fear of that could happen down the road.
I don't see a thing wrong, school to school like that, like Ms. Norris said, you know, that's
you know, you can pick up the phone or, you know, whatever the process, I'm just saying, you can pick up and, you know, check on kids from adjoining counties or whatever. To me, that's a pretty simple process.
And that one, you know, we can handle that.
Right.
You know, no problem as far as that. We could handle that at the school without, you know, because it, you know, you're talking probably 10 to 12 kids at the most a year. You know,
Yeah,
we'd
right.
be bringing, you know, someone from another school. There's not a lot, you know, because last year, I think we had, what, about 6 from our school, something in
I
that
said
neighborhood.
4 to 6 last
Yeah,
year.
so, you know, we had from 6 to 10 from our school that went to other schools last year.
Let me ask you this, board, and you know, I play the devil's advocate a lot. You know, it's not only this dance that you're going to have to look at. You've got middle school, West school dances as well. You know, and that's something. And I said I was going to be quiet, and I probably have been to more proms or been over more proms than anybody in this room. And you probably won't like what I've got to say, but you know, this is just me. I'm conservative and I'm old school, and my kids call me old fuddy-dud. But like Mr. Curtis said, you guys are some great kids, and I know a lot of your parents because my kids grew up with you. But the thing that we have to look at going down the road is how's it going to affect the next kid or the next group and the next group. I don't have a vote in it. My job is to lay out the landscape for this board so to protect them from getting in a potential sideways situation. The problem would be is what if we have a kid that gets in trouble that's not a student of ours? And how do you deal with that? Because our students, we can manage with discipline there at the school. You know, do we call parents to come and pick them up? You know, those are some things that you have to look at. And then with the middle school and West school, I don't think the West school's had a dance yet, but I think they may be having one tonight. But the West middle school, every dance that they've had so far, I've had parents to call asking if their kid that's not a member of that school can go to that school. And so that's something, it's going to trickle down that we will have to address as well, not only just this dance, but there's other dances that you have to look at as well. You know, I'm just trying to lay out some potential snares. And, you know, that's just some things that we will have to look at as well going forward if we choose to do this.
Sir, with middle school, you would have parents bringing the kids and they don't drive. And then therefore, again, in the high school, you would have forms to check out the high school students before they come. Not just this year, but years down the road also. You're still gonna do those checks on those kids.
Right.
Before they come. And middle school, you're gonna have parents bringing them, so.
All right.
And Mr. Cripps, these students are asking about prom, they're not asking about every single dance at every school.
They're not even asking for other dances at their school, they're asking for prom.
Prom is special.